want to watch on Facebook, we are up and streaming now. We do post this a little bit later on our Facebook page, but then also we have a YouTube channel, and you can find us out there, Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. Each week we put a show out there and to help you with any do-it-yourself project you got going on around the house. That's the whole thing about the store, is to help you do things around your house easier. Not the hard way, the easy way. I like to call it Plan B. So let's get to talking about some of the things that's new at the store. And I am so excited about this. If you were listening to the Lawn and Garden show earlier, I kind of like teased about this, but I didn't tell them what it was. And when I was at the hardware show a couple of months ago, in the lawn and garden area, I found this thing called Pull Start Fire Grill. Okay, so it is a completely portable grill. You don't have to take charcoal. You don't have to take anything to ignite it. So no matches, no lighter fluid, no nothing. It is this about a 12 by maybe 16 box, about 2 inches deep, so it packs very easily. Even if you were like going camping or something like that and you wanted to put it in your backpack, this would pack. It only weighs about 2 pounds, and it is a great way to barbecue in a place where maybe there's not any barbecue at all. And all you have to do once you take it out of the box is you pull a string that's attached to the grill. This ignites it. So like I say, you don't have to have matches, you don't have to have anything. And within 5 minutes, this grill is hot and ready to grill. And I mean, it's a good amount of surface, and you get to grill for 3 hours. So that means if there's more than just you and a friend, say you've got your whole family, you've got enough grill time for everybody. They say you can grill up to 24 hamburgers. I mean, that's a lot of hamburgers. It's perfect, like I said, for camping, tailgating, fishing. Let me tell you, when we were little, I was young, probably 10 years old, and we had a place at the lake, McQueenie Lake, and we had this thing, I called it a float boat, and it's a pontoon boat. We had a ski boat and we had a pontoon boat. And the pontoon boat, you know, we would take on Saturday nights and go around and talk to everybody, and you wave at everybody. And one time Mom and Dad decided that they were gonna cook on the float boat. And so it was pretty funny. We were just surrounded in smoke, and this would have been the perfect thing to take on my float boat, okay? It also is, like I said, it's portable, it's eco-friendly, and like I said, it gives you 3 hours of cook time. So they showed cooking steaks on it. You could easily, like if you wanted to heat, if you were having beans or something and you were trying to heat up your beans, you could put your pan right on this. It has little legs on it that elevates it, so it's not just sitting flat on something. It's really amazing. And get this, the price is wonderful, $26.99. $26.99, 3 hours. It is so worth it. Come on in. We have it in the back by our Broil King display. We have a beautiful Broil King display. They came in and set that all up for us. Broil King is the do-it-best preferred vendor. They walked away from Weber. I'm not sure why. And so we can get Broil King. And you know what? I really like Broil King. I like Broil King for the price point. You can start at, I think, $4.99. I could be wrong. Could be $5.99. And you get a grill that has all the attributes as their $8.99 grill. It's just a little smaller. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is the great accessories that they have for Broil King. And we are going to have a Father's Day event in June, and in a little bit I'll tell you all the things that we're going to be doing in the next few weeks. And Broil King is going to be a big part of it, and accessories are going to be discounted if you buy a grill. So one of the things is a big flat, they have a big flat griddle that goes right on top. They call it a plancha. I call it a griddle. And it fits right, it can fit right on top of your grill. It'll take up about half the space. It's a really good size. And so if you're always tempted to have one of those griddle type outdoor grills, you could have one if you buy a Broil King, and this is an accessory, and you could cook on it, and it's got a little well around it to where, like, if you're cooking stuff that has grease, it will go into that. It's really nice and really heavy duty. It's got tall sides, and it's coated with a matte porcelain finish. It's really nice. And then another thing that they have is a pizza stone. A pizza stone that will go right on the grill, and you could cook pizza on that. So now you have the versatility of like a pizza oven, okay, without buying a pizza oven. And then another thing that they have is a flat grill topper, okay? This flat grill topper is so nice to have, like if you have vegetables that might slip through, it would make it easy to cook those, like little appetizers, shrimp, things like that, fish. And it's got this raised perforations that keeps all the food from sticking. And it's like $44.99. The pizza stone is $54.99. And then the griddle is $69.99. And so if you were thinking about that your dad might enjoy a new grill, come by and take a look at the Broil King, and then ask us about the Father's Day event that's going to be coming up, and I can tell you all about it. And speaking of events, okay, next weekend, I'm so excited about this because I love to read. I loved to read from young age. I can remember my mom saying, "Trudy, get your nose out of that book and come outside." And I just always love to read. I still love to read. I start my day reading. And anytime I have a chance to read, I read. And I think it's just important for children to have a real interest in reading. I was a teacher for a few years, and I know how important a child that can be able to read and is so intrigued with disappearing in a book. It just does so much for their imagination and creativity. And so we have 3 authors that are coming that are local for San Antonio. So did you even think that San Antonio would have something like that? Well, we do, and we're going to have them here next weekend. It's going to be on Saturday, which is going to be May the 30th, from 11 to 3. Bring your kids in. I know that sometimes I don't see a lot of kids at the hardware store, and but bring your kids in and let them meet these authors. I mean, get them a book, let the authors sign it for them. It could be a whole start of a new just enjoyment of reading. And just to think, you could start it yourself with your kids. So we have Christopher Bodman's going to be in, A.B. Wade, and then Jonathan Guzman. And they're going to be here, and you can buy their books, and then they can sign them for you. I just think it would be a wonderful time. And when you bring your kids in to meet these authors, then we're going to do something for the adults that come in. All of our cookbooks, we're going to put them all on sale. So if you like a cookbook, whether that means you like to go through it and cook out of it, or if you're like me and I just like to display them and show how beautiful. I mean, cookbooks are not like what they used to be. Now they're like works of art, and you can show them in your kitchen, and just take a, and so come on in, they'll be on sale too. Now, in today and tomorrow we're regular time, but on Monday we are going to abbreviate. We're going to be 9 to 5. So we want open at 8. We're going to come in at 9, and then we're going to close at 5 to give everybody here a chance to get home and maybe enjoy family and stuff like that. But in June, we have a ton going on in June. We've got our Nora event that is going to be on June 13th, and I'll start telling you more about that. But if you're a big Nora Fleming fan, then you're going to want to be a part of this. We have a rep that's going to be coming in, and she's going to be bringing gifts, and we're going to be doing gifts here in the store. And we're thinking about doing, like, if you bring a friend, you both get a gift and discounted pricing. So if you like Nora Fleming, and let me tell you, she's got some new stuff that's out, and it's so pretty, and it makes a great gift. I mean, we always talk about this. I try to bring in things that, as a friend once told me, I buy it for myself, or I buy it for a gift for someone else. And if it fits those two categories, then that's what I want to have in my store. Now, also, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have a Father's Day event that's gonna be on the 19th and the 20th. M&M Eats and Treats is going to bring cookies for us then, and she's also, you need to check with her on her website about if she has any space left on her cookings. She's going to be doing a cookie class, and if you don't check that out, she has so much fun with these people that come for her cookie class. It's just a fun time. All right, so now one other thing that I want to tell everybody about is, if you haven't heard about Trudy's Headlight Magician, well, let me tell you about it. Yes, it's my product. Yes, I got my name on it. How many of you have headlights that are kind of foggy and you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to replace those? Have you looked at what it costs to get a new headlight in, a new lens? It's very expensive. They're expensive, and then the labor to put them in is expensive. And then there's kits that tell you you can do this and do that, but mainly it involves sanding, and I'll be right here with you. I tried doing that. It is a 2-hour project for each side. It's really not an easy thing, and it doesn't last forever. Headlight Magician does not do any damage to your headlight. It simply cleans it. So all that stuff that you see that's foggy on your headlight, it just needs to be cleaned. And so come on in and ask me about Trudy's Headlight Magician. You'll see it has its own website now, but if you go to happyhandyman.com, you'll see a link, and it'll take you right to the site. Okay, so let's talk about some things that we need to do right now. How many of you tried going outside lately? It's so nice because it's so cool, but there's so many dadgum mosquitoes. I mean, they are just everywhere. Mosquitoes, no-see-ums, all those things that are so irritating. And don't even try to take out a glass of wine or maybe some food or iced tea, because they are all going to be attracted to it. So what can you do? I'm going to be honest with you. I do not think this season is going to be a season where you can do just one thing. It's going to have to be a layered thing. So let me tell you what you can do. First thing is, you want to get a Spartan mosquito. They used to call them eradicators. They made them take that off of there. A Spartan mosquito. It is they call it Protect now. It is an easy way to get rid of mosquitoes in your yard. And when I say easy, it's because all you have to do is fill it with water, warm water, shake it up, hang it in a tree, and that's it. You want to hang it in a tree so that it gets shade from the tree, so the water doesn't evaporate so quickly. They come 2 to a box. They'll last, they say, for 30 days. I get a little bit longer out of that. 2 will take care of like 3/4 of an acre. I have a very small garden home, but I still put 2 up, okay? This is your first step to put out Spartan mosquitoes, okay? We have plenty here, and they're, like I said, they're easy to do. After the 30 days, you just need to replace them. But they're reasonably priced, and mainly what they do, the whole thing, and it kind of works like a Dynatrap, sort of, it attracts the females, okay? The lure inside of it attracts the females. They go down into the trap, and there they die. And so without the females around, the males don't last that long, and that's how it reduces your mosquito population. It's just that simple, okay? And then another thing that if you can get it, okay, they're harder to find. Of course, they're out on Amazon. Okay, and I do have a couple left, but I am positive, I've had them for a couple of years here. Dynatraps used to be the thing, okay? And that's what I'm talking about, a Dynatrap. A Dynatrap is an electronic mosquito kind of insect trap, okay? Because it attracts more than mosquitoes, okay? It'll attract a lot of moths. It'll attract a lot of flying things. It doesn't attract honeybees, but it will attract wasps, and it will attract other kinds of bees, but not honeybees. And mainly, like when you set it up, and then it's got a light on the inside of it, that this light goes against a coating on the inside of the Dynatrap, which creates CO2. And it mimics what we're like. That's why the mosquitoes are attracted to us, because of the CO2 that we breathe out, okay? So this will emit CO2, and they are attracted to it. And also there's a light there. They're attracted to that too. And they go close to it, and there's a fan there that will then, when they get close, pulls them down into that fan where they die in this basket. And the fan doesn't make a lot of noise, and it's not a zapper kind of thing. It is just a trap. And then it pulls them down in there, and they dehydrate and dry down there. And that's how you reduce your mosquito population with a Dynatrap. So now we've got, I'm telling you to use the Spartan. If you can get a Dynatrap, get a Dynatrap. They are not owned by the same people anymore. They're owned by another pest control company, a big company. And so they do not give them the advertising that Dynatrap used to, because they were a family-owned business. And then what you should do also, and this is going to take care of everything right at first, okay? Because you're going to need to wait for the Spartan to kick in for a little while, and the Dynatrap. The Dynatrap, about 2 weeks. The Spartan, about 12 days, okay? Do your yard with a pest control, like a cutter or anything like that. We have several here at the store, and you just attach them to your hose and spray your yard, and that will take care of them immediately, okay? However, if it rains, like what it's doing right now, if it gets real hot, then you have to spray all over again. So even though it will say it will last all summer, 12 weeks, it will not last all summer here. It gets too hot here, it gets too humid here, and it just will not. But it's great to start the season with this until your other things that will work no matter what kick in. And that's what you need to do. Now, if you have a lot of plants that you're watering all the time, you know that that water that sits in the little bottom of the pot, the little water catcher thingy bobs, use a mosquito dunk. to crumble up and put down in there. You can put it in the top of the plant if you want to, and mosquito dunks you can use anywhere. A lot of people will throw them in their pool, which it's okay, but they don't suggest human consumption. Okay, you can throw it in your other things that your pets drink out of, and the birds drink out of, and it doesn't bother them at all. But what it does is it makes a film on top of the water, okay? And it just suffocates the mosquitoes. But you can use those in bird baths and like in your plants, and you can do it on the inside too. So those are the ways that you need to right now. In fact, the other day I was reading something and it said for down here, we should have starting to treat for mosquitoes in February. In February. Well, I missed the boat. I don't know if you did, but I missed the boat. So there's all the things that you need. We have them here at the store, and let us help you so that you can enjoy outside, okay? All right, so now let me tell you, we were talking about bird baths. How many of you have a leaky bird bath? Do you know what you can use to take care of a leaky bird bath? The same thing that you can use to take care of leaks on your roof, and that is through the roof. I thought I pulled it up here. But through the roof is a elastomeric. Okay, it's an elastomeric. How many of you know what elastomeric is? I mean, it means it stretches, okay? It's a sealant that allows you to seal a leak that, like that black asphalt cannot. Black asphalt, a lot of people use it because it's cheap, and but it does not last, and it stands out. Have you ever driven through a neighborhood and you see people and they've got this black asphalt like around their pipes, around their chimney, around any place where they have a skylight, anything that goes through the roof, they have this black asphalt around it. Or if they have a leak, they try to patch it with that. And it looks horrible. Yeah, it looks horrible. And then it starts to crack because of the sun, and then it looks even less attractive. So what if you used a product that guaranteed to work? It will add 10 years to the roof wherever you put it, okay? And it's crystal clear. So it stands up, but it doesn't stand out. All right. When we come back, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Through the Roof and so much more, but we're going to take a break real quick. And during this break, Jill's going to talk to you about all things gift. You've been listening to the Happy Handyman Show. We'll be right back.
Morning, everyone. So it's looking pretty gray and dark out, and before I show you anything else, let me just say, do you need a new umbrella? This looks like a wine bottle, right? But it is an umbrella in a bottle, which is going to be very handy for today. Hopefully we won't need it for long, but it opens up to a full-size umbrella, and then you store it back in here when you're out and about so you don't get your car all wet. Pretty handy. Now, for when the sun comes back up, we got picnic, tailgating, all kinds of fun barbecues to go to. We just fully stocked our fancy pan set of these really nice dishes where they contain your foil pans. It comes with a hot pack, a cold pack, or it's the same pack, but you can use it for either hot or cold. Comes with a spoon for serving, and it's a great way to travel. A lot of you know about these, you have some already. We just got a lot of new colors in. We restocked also the little charcuterie and veggie tray inserts, the deviled egg inserts that fit right there on top. Something new from them that we had to try out, the Fancy Pans insulated tote bag. These are really nice, durable bags. They are fully insulated. Let me get it open and show you here. They hold 2 of the full-size Fancy Pans. So if you're taking a side dish, a main dish, a dessert, wherever you're going, you can carry 2 in one handy insulated bag. It's got a pocket there. We brought it in the pretty aqua, and we also brought it in this classic black with polka dot handles. Again, fully insulated, holds 2 of your fancy pans. So a great way to travel anywhere you're going this weekend or whenever for the summertime. Now, switching gears to fragrance. Maison Berger, you might know it as Lamp Berger, is known for their fragrance lamps, but we just brought in recently these brand new little electronic diffusers. This is a really great little new way to combine technology with fragrance. They're small and compact and discreet. There's no liquid, there's no flames. It's so easy to use. You open it up and it has a little fan in here. It's USB chargeable, so you charge it up, then you're ready to go. It comes with a scent disc, a little ceramic disc that's already fragranced. You set it right there, close it up, and then you just press this button, hold it for 2 seconds. This one's not fully charged, so you can't see it, but there's a little white light that shines right here. It will emit fragrance continually. If you press it a second time, it turns to a little yellow light and it emits a softer fragrance for 15 minutes, and then it automatically turns off. Press it again to shut it off manually. These are great. So they come in 3 different ways. There's the white one. It comes with Ocean Breeze, very clean scent. This one Trudy has sitting at her desk way in the back of the store. And when she has it turned on, you can smell it like halfway through the store. It's amazing. Then it also comes in the black, good guy gift also. This one comes with amber powder. It's a heavier, musky scent, but real nice. It also comes in this pretty kind of tan, and look at the pretty little detail there. This tan beige one. This one comes with Cotton Caress. That's a very clean, fresh linen kind of scent. And of course, we brought in refills in some of our best sellers. We've got the Ocean Breeze, very crisp and clean. Lily Flora is a very feminine floral, kind of sweet floral. Lolita Olympica is modeled after a perfume in France, and it is beautiful scent. And then we have Exquisite Sparkle, also floral, but kind of crisp and bright.
1 minute.
So these would make great gifts for anybody that you know that has, loves fragrance. And one more thing, I've got 1 minute left because it is summertime. Beach cover-ups, swimsuit cover-ups. They're pretty long, almost like a cute little short dress with all this pretty crochet detail. We have them in black and white. You can just throw this on over your suit before you go into the pool or out at the beach and be nice and cool and comfortable and fashionable. And that is just a couple of the fashion things that we have in the gift shop. We have a lot of new fashion. You got to come check it out. I'm gonna wrap it up because Trudy is about to be back. Come see us.
And welcome back to the Happy Handyman Show on WOAI. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live from Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. We're located at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, and the phone number here is 210-341-1573. The store is going to be open until 6:30 today, tomorrow 11 to 5, and on Monday 9 to 5. So, we're going to talk about some more things, hardware. I'm going to talk to you about a couple of really things to add to your house that will make it just a lot more fun. But right now, we're going to have a little fun with some tips and trivia.
Okay. Yeah, believe it or not, right now, we are in stage 3 watering restrictions.
Really?
Yeah, nobody's talked about it because we've been blessed with such good rain lately. But right now, watering is only allowed once a week.
Still.
But But it was only in the late 1990s that we
But
actually
God
started.
doesn't have those restrictions,
Yes, this
does
is
he?
true.
No, he can water anytime he wants to.
And we'll take as much as
And
we
we'll
can.
take it, yes.
To an
okay.
extent.
Yes.
But it was only in the 1990s that we started doing that.
See, I cannot. Well, you and I were talking about that the other day, and I was saying, I can remember we would have lots of seasons where it was hot, and I never remember of saying you can't water.
Yeah, exactly. We only started doing it around maybe 1998. They did do it a few times, but it's now an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
And we've done it now for decades. But actually right now we are in stage 3, only once a week. But we've been getting a lot of rain, so we haven't had to worry about that.
No, I really haven't had to. Have you had to water the yard at your house?
No, we haven't done anything.
Yeah.
And we had a new pecan tree put in last winter by Saws. They actually came out, or I don't know if it was Saws or it was the city came out, and we had to make sure they put a little watering bag around it. We had to do it twice a week, and they said establish it, and now we haven't had to water at all.
Wow.
So we're
that
getting
great?
good rain, good rain.
That's nice. All right. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
All right, thank you.
All right. So you'll have something even better next week.
Yes.
Even better. No, this was great. What am I saying? All right. So that's Kale. I didn't even introduce him. And he is in charge of our lawn and garden area. He is also a plumber by trade, and he is so great to have on the weekends, because I don't know how many of y'all know, can you reach your plumber on the weekend? Probably not. And if you want to try to fix something easily, then come on into the store and let Kale walk you through it and tell you what products to use and how to make it go smoothly. And that means anything from under the sink to out in the yard, like a sprinkler system, to your toilet, to flapper, anything that has to do with plumbing. And we have got it here. The store is great for like maintenance around the house. That's what our whole thing is. And so we can walk you through it. The people that work here are very knowledgeable. I mean, very knowledgeable. And so if you have a question, come on in. All right, so I was talking to you about a bird bath and how you can seal it, because a lot of people will come in and they'll say, I don't know where my bird bath is leaking, but it's leaking. And so the easiest thing to use is through the roof. It's, like I said, it's crystal clear, so it won't mess up anything. As long as your bird bath and water fountain, you can put it on a water fountain also, is concrete. If it's polystyrene or something like that, no, you could not do that. It would melt it. But if it is a stone, then yes, it will work so great. But what if you have like a broken piece of your, I'm looking for a thing that I can't find, a broken piece of your water fountain or your bird bath. There is a product called PC7. PC7 is a 2-part epoxy, and it is great. The number 7, there's 7 and 11. Okay, 7 is concrete colored, so it is great for like a concrete bird bath. It's great for like if you've broken like a stone, a walking path stone, you could glue it back together. If you have a bird bath, water fountain where maybe during the winter it broke because it expanded and it broke, you can put it back together. It is also good like if, say you have an older monument out someplace that you help take care of, and maybe an edge of it broke off and you want to put it back on, it is great for that. In fact, we have this little thing that shows how strong it is, and you can literally stand on top of it. It's this little guy that's on a big red bottle, so it shows you it can go on glass also, and it's got 2 arms and 2 legs. You can literally stand on the 2 arms and it will not lose. I mean, it will not break. It is so strong. It's got tremendous strength. So if you need something that is very strong in masonry, it will also, let me tell you what all it will do. It has great adhesion to metal. So like if you have a metal roof and you need to attach maybe some more metal and it's broken and you want to do that, you could do that. Ceramics, masonry, some plastics, okay? You can seal a crack in a wall. You can do, like I said, you can repair a granite monument. It's just really great to do. Oh, and by the way, like if you wanted to clean that monument, you can use 30-second outdoor cleaner. It just does a great job at cleaning that. It'll get all the like black kind of mildew off of them and make it look good again. All right, so let's also talk about fixing certain things. How many of you have maybe a chip in your porcelain sink, in the bathroom, in the tub? These are all porcelain, so when you tap on them, they feel like metal, okay? You can tell. I get surprised when people go, I don't know whether it is or not. If it's got a shiny finish, and like if you have a shower curtain that's got magnets in it, it will stick to the tub, okay? That's a porcelain tub. And if sometimes people will drop something in the tub and it will chip it. So how do you take care of that? Or lots of times rust will form down at the bottom of the fixture where the water goes down, and there's a metal fixture right there, the stopper. It will rust there. And so what you want to do is, first of all, if you have any rust on your project, you want to remove that. You can usually sand it off, okay? Then the best thing to do is use a rust preventative on it afterwards. Rust-Oleum makes one in a very small amount. That's the hard part. Most of the things for rust are in really large amounts, like Ospo. The smallest thing they have is a quart, and then in a gallon. There used to be some other things, but they're not made anymore. But Rust-Oleum makes one, and if you were just doing a small area like that, it would be perfect, okay? So sand it, make it smooth, put a rust preventative on it, okay? That will neutralize the rust. And then after that, you want to use a product called Porcifix. Porcifix is it's a glaze that's made out of porcelain, okay? And you're able to paint it on a sink, a bathtub. And how you want to use it is kind of like if you were doing your fingernails. Thin coat. It's much better to apply like 3 thin coats than try to do it all at one time and do one thick coat. Because if you do, it'll never dry, and you just have to take it, remove it, and start all over again. So sand, clean the rust off, sand again, and then apply thin coats of Porcifix. Now, if they do make another product, and the Porcifix comes in a couple of different colors, but if yours is just a white tub, a white sink, then they make Kohler white, which is almost everybody's tub, Kohler white. And then, but say yours is a deep chip, okay? They make one called Filifix. It's made by the same people as Porcifix, and you'll fill the chip first, and then you can go back after that dries. And you want to let this dry. Like if you say you do this, you're going to let it dry overnight, and then the next day you come in and I like to sand it again and then put another coat on it, let it dry overnight. So if you will leave your tub out of commission for like 3 or 4 days, you'll get a better it'll be a better outlook for your fix, okay? So these are two things. Now, I say the tub and the sink, the bathroom sink, but also if you have a white porcelain kitchen sink, they're not as popular anymore. So maybe you have an older one. And lies the reason you might also have problems with a chip or something like that. If you've dropped a dish or a pan in your sink and it chips it, then this is a way to take care of it. So it's so easy to use, it's not expensive, and it works. It just works. One day I'll tell you, like, if you've lost like the glaze kind of on your porcelain sink, especially in the kitchen, I'll tell you how to take care of that. If you go and you buy one of these old farmhouse sinks from a somebody that's got a barn and something like that, and they have an old one out there, and the glaze doesn't look as good anymore, I'll tell you how to take care of that, because it's easy to do. All right, in the kitchen, how many of you have a dishwasher that sometimes you're not happy with the way that the dishes come out, and they even might have a smell to them, and you put the cleaner in, okay, and you're using a really good one, and you have it on the highest setting and the longest wash and the longest rinse cycle, and still sometimes you'll pull those dishes out and they just kind of smell kind of funky, and you end up having to rinse them all over again. Okay, so what could be the problem? It could be that the dishwasher's just not very clean. So there is a product that's called, it used to be called Dishwasher Magic, okay, but they took the magic part off, and now it's just called Glisten Dishwasher Cleaner. It will remove limescale, rust, grease, and buildup. And buildup is what happens in mine, because I do not have a soft water system, nor do I want one. And sometimes my stuff comes out, and it's mainly my wine glasses. They'll come out and they kind of have they just have a smell to them, and I have to rinse them, and I know that is my signal to go buy some dishwasher cleaner at the store and use it in my dishwasher. And how you use this is of course, you have to have an empty dishwasher, and you're gonna put your dishwasher on a cycle that is the hottest, longest cycle, and that usually is pots and pans, okay? And then you're gonna take the lid off your Dishwasher Magic, and you're going to put it in the top rack. Now, those of you that are watching on Facebook right now, I have turned the Dishwasher Magic upside down and it's not dripping. That's because there's a little vegetable plug right in the middle, but do not remove that. Put this in the top rack, turn your dishwasher on, and when this starts getting hot, that vegetable plug will melt, but not until you're at a cycle where it's not throwing water out. Because that's what can happen, and that's why dishwasher cleaner doesn't work, is because somebody will put it in, and the first thing that happens is the pump comes on and throws everything out, and there goes your cleaner. Well, this stays in longer and cleans better. Now, if you have a problem with the racks, okay, maybe they're rusty and they've lost some of the rubber on them, then there is a product that is so easy to use. It's called Re-Rack, and it's made by the people that make Plasti Dip, okay? And you just go over it and cover up all the little rust spots. You do not have to remove the rust on this. This will completely encapsulate it, and you won't have to do that. And just follow the directions. I'm not quite sure how long it has to cure, but it's all set. It's all on the back of this. So have you ever? Yes. Okay. Elise just commented on our Facebook page. She says she used it and it works well. It does work well. So let me tell you, if you've ever gone and wanted to get new racks for your dishwasher, they're super expensive. It just will almost like say, I'll just buy a new dishwasher, and because that's how expensive it is. So now that we're talking about water before we talk about water, I want to show you something. Okay, we're getting ready to have a storm here. I mean, I am keeping my fingers crossed that we don't lose power before the show is over. But if that happens to you, if you lose power, let me show you a flashlight. It's called Triple Light, and it is my favorite flashlight. Nebo makes a good flashlight, but this Triple Light is so great. It comes with a magnetic base on it, so you could put it down on anything magnetic, like if you're working on your car, or if you're in the kitchen, you could put it on anything magnetic in your kitchen. And it will, like if you're in the room and the room goes dark, you could put it on a table in the middle of the room and it would give you enough light to walk around in, and it would be fine. It's really made to be walking at night, and Triple Light is given that name because it's got a 180-degree head on it, that where you do not have to move your flashlight back and forth. You just point it downwards and it'll illuminate your whole footpath 180 degrees. So it'll keep you from tripping on stuff. It's really, really good. So if I was you, I'd come by and pick one up today. All right, now I want to talk to you a little about something that happened to me, and it cost me a boatload of money. It's called a leak alert, okay? And the reason I want to talk about it right now is because a lot of people will go on vacation. And maybe if you're like me and you're an empty nester, you're the only one in the house, and you have bedrooms and bathrooms that no one goes into. I mean, you can clean them once a year and they're good, right? Well, the only problem is leaks start. And lots of times we don't know, if we don't go into that bathroom, we don't know about it until it's an all-out waterfall, okay? And that's what happened to me. I was selling a house, and I had several bedrooms and a bathroom that no one went into anymore. And I had already updated it. It was done. The house was sold. I was 2 weeks from closing. Well, since I had not gone into that bathroom, unbeknownst to me, there was a leak happening by the toilet, okay? Where the toilet will go into the wall. And they make these connections where they have plastic fittings. And they're the first things that fail. And so lots of times, if you can catch it when it's just dripping, you don't have an all-out waterfall. But I did not. But let me tell you what you can do. You can get a leak alert. Place it underneath in the bathrooms, in the toilets that you don't use. I mean, I wouldn't bother doing it in the house where you use this bathroom all the time, because you use that bathroom all the time and you're gonna notice that there is a leak and you're immediately gonna take care of it. Well, what about the bathrooms that you don't go in? What about the sinks that you don't use very often in that bathroom? You want to get a leak alert, because the reason they call it leak alert is because it always starts with a small leak, just a drip, okay? Just a drip. And then all of a sudden it will fail completely and water is everywhere. And that's what happened to me. My neighbor called me, and like I said, I was 2 weeks from closing, and he said, Trudy, you got water coming out of your second story eaves. Oh, I do? Oh, that's not good. And when I got home, there was water flowing down the stairs. There was water all on one side of the house. And it cost me, I mean, of course I had insurance, but it still cost me $2,500. And I had to really hustle to get it all taken care of. And I had to tell the new buyer that we had had a leak, but I was going to take care of everything. Luckily, he still wanted to buy the house. So this is just something, it's the best $20 you can invest in your house. So before a leak gets to be like monumental, get a leak alert, place it under the toilet, and under the sink. Okay, you can also put them, like if your air conditioner is in the attic, put it by the air conditioner. And or your hot water heater, put it by there. Okay, I'm lucky, my hot water heater is in the garage, so is the air conditioner. Okay, now while we're in the bathroom, I had a question. People asked me this week that they lost a piece of tile in the shower area, okay? And they wanted to know how to put the piece back on, because they had it fully, and how to take care of that without having to call a professional. And I said, it's real easy. You want to use a product made by Sashco Sealants called Clean Seal. And Clean Seal is a adhesive and a caulk. So what you're wanting to do is take off, like on the back of that tile, sand off all the extra mortar that's on it, because you want to make a really good seal. And then you just put like an X amount on the back of that tile and on the tile wall. Push your tile back in place. And then I like to use then a piece of tape to go over it. And don't use like duct tape, okay? Just use like painter's tape and secure it until it cures. And then once it cures, then go all around it with Clean Seal. It will never mildew, and it will be a great adhesive. Okay? All right. Now, oh, okay. I was wondering if we were getting close. All right, let me tell you where we're located. In the rainy side of San Antonio, 2361 Northwest Military Highway. Our phone number is 210-341-1573. If you have any questions about anything that I've talked about today, give us a call. We'll be happy to help you with anything like that. So that's it, folks. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects we've been talking about. But by all means, you remember one thing. It will always be a great day to paint. I'll see you next week.